All right, so if you're a founder, you've probably spent years, maybe even decades, getting really good at something. But there's this frustrating gap, isn't there? The one between being an expert in your own head and having an offer that the market just can't ignore. Today, we're going to talk about how to close that gap for good.
So let's kick things off by putting a name to a problem that so many sharp founders I know deal with, often without even knowing it's there. We call it the abstract isolation tax. And trust me, it's not just some fancy concept. It's a silent killer, slowly draining your performance and your business's potential.
So what is this tax really? Well, it's the invisible price you pay every single time you practice your skill without connecting it to the real world. It's that feeling of burnout, that dip in motivation. That's the tax. It's the reason why growth feels so slow and frustrating, because you're honing a skill that isn't actually solving a problem for someone else.
This quote from the source material just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that feeling of being on a treadmill. You know, you're putting in the work, you're sweating, you're technically getting better, but you're not actually going anywhere. That practice starts to feel hollow because at the end of the day, it's only serving you.
Okay, so that's the problem. But the good news is there's a way to completely get rid of this tax, and it all comes down to a single, really critical turning point that we call the useful moment. This is where everything, and I mean everything, changes.
And let's be really clear here. This is not some fluffy, feel-good aha moment. This is a hard-coded, strategic pivot in your business. It's the exact point in time where your personal competence gets forged into a tangible asset, something the market can actually grab onto, use, and pay you for.
So here's the crucial difference. A soft realization happens inside your head. It's a nice thought, but it's fleeting. A hard-coded pivot, on the other hand, is an external action that creates real, lasting value. It's the difference between thinking, you know, my skill could be useful, and actually building a system that is useful for someone, right now.
So what does this pivot actually look like on the ground? It's almost never one giant leap. It's built on these small, concrete moments of being useful. You know, it's when you provide an explanation for a client and the light bulb just goes on for them. Or you create a simple process that saves a team hours of headaches. Or you make one tiny improvement that fixes a huge bottleneck. These are the real-world data points that prove your pivot is happening.
This all leads to the most important question for any founder stuck in that loop. How do you make this pivot happen on purpose, instead of just hoping for a lightning strike of inspiration? The answer is a specific framework, a system we call the Skill to Impact Protocol. Think of this protocol as the literal blueprint for your entire offer. It's like the core operating system you install to intentionally build that bridge, to turn what you know in your head into something you can consistently deliver for your clients out in the world.
And when you start using this, something amazing happens. You create this incredibly powerful, positive feedback loop. See, connecting your skill to a real problem makes it relevant. That newfound relevance fires up your motivation. Seeing that your skill is actually useful makes you learn and develop it way faster. And the impact you create drives you to practice even more effectively. This is how you finally get off the treadmill.
And really, it all boils down to this one fundamental human truth. When your work, your practice, your skills serves a purpose bigger than just your own self-improvement, the effort just feels different. The motivation becomes automatic. It's built in. Now, following this protocol, it's not just a small tactical shift. It leads to a profound change in how you even see yourself as a founder. You actually start to forge what we call a service-led identity. Look at it this way. On one side, you have learning for learning's sake. Trying to build a high-authority offer on top of that is like trying to build a skyscraper on quicksand. It's unstable. It's abstract. But a service-led identity? That's built on the bedrock of real, concrete contribution. It's solid. It's durable. It's real. And this is the ultimate payoff. A truly high-authority offer isn't just a list of cool features. It is a verifiable promise. It's the promise that your unique competence can deliver a very specific result. And that promise can only be built on a solid bridge of proven real-world impact. So this brings us to the final and most actionable piece of the puzzle. It's not enough to just know that this bridge exists. You have to actively build it, cross it, and then you have to secure it.
This right here is the central idea for everything we've just talked about. Picture it. On one side of a canyon is your competence, everything you know and can do. On the other side is the promise you make to your clients, the result they want. Your skills are the only thing that can connect those two sides. They are the bridge.
So the essential question I want to leave you with is this. How strong is your bridge? How directly, how reliably does your skill connect to the tangible value you create for other people? Answering that question honestly is the absolute key to unlocking your next level of growth and impact.
And look, answering that question isn't just a theoretical exercise, it's a strategic must-do. If you're ready to stop paying that isolation tax and finally move from abstract skill to a high-authority offer, and you want a proven framework to help you engineer that pivot, this is the next logical step to secure your own contribution bridge.